All right. So, welcome everyone for day 8. I'm very happy that I could pull this workshop for so long, and tomorrow we are having a final session. So, thank you so much for joining for this topic, accountability and mentorship, because this is the foundational work, or maybe say something that we do which is not visible outside, that contributes to where we are heading to. So, this is, I think there's no mentorship or there is no coaching program without these two, right? You guys will agree with it, right? So, so let me give you a perspective of how accountability and mentorship was introduced. I could, since I'm your mentor, you have to know like how I perceive it, right? So how it looks like for me before I discuss this topic with you guys. So I remember joining my introduction leadership program 10 years back. It's a landmarks program. And I learned that as part of the program, it's a 7 months intensive, and I will have one-to-one weekly call with my mentor. We call the coach. And this is first time, like I think I would be 35, and after the formal education, I've never invested in education. I think this is it. Life is set with a job and kids and everything. There's nothing more. All you need is to move from here. I remember getting this first call after the first weekend of the session, and Mr. Suresh, he says, "Hello, Ranjini. Welcome to the first coach call. I'm your coach, Suresh." And that is the bulb on moment. I can still feel something lit in myself. I felt it's such a privilege to have somebody who says like I am your coach. And I felt like no, it's a privilege to have someone who is having an eye on you and he's there to listen to you, and you can throw all the crap to him. All the nonsense you can do. I don't have time. I will see you later. No, I didn't do the work. It was a roller coaster, and how patiently he would still support, sometimes scold, be hard on me. And I think that's, I consciously took an effort to invest in personal growth, because entrepreneurship, I knew I can't do this alone. I don't have anything in my environment that supports this journey. So having a mentor would be a sounding board. And I have no regrets. I have no regrets with any mentor I have worked. Each one of them have contributed. Some of the relationship went a little ugly, but it gave me another lesson to it. So there's not all good side of it. So, because we are all humans, even coaches are human, and no, we have what to say, differences and opinions. So it's not something, and one thing is very clear from what I have learned is coach is someone who will make you uncomfortable. That's for sure. And it starts, especially in the professional journey, asking the payment of your coaching fee. That's the uncomfortableness begins. Right? So this is the starting point, and then there is the whole journey beyond that. And as when we look back, each client has contributed to our growth. Each mentor has contributed to us. And I have worked with more than 20 people, and I can name them, and I can learn, I can clearly point out this is the difference he made, this is the difference she made. So coming back to all of you, like you are the ones who are going to lead this conversation today for everybody else to learn how accountability, it's not just my perspective. I want to bring other perspectives to people, like how for you and for others this has made a difference. Okay, so I have set the tone. I'll start with Bhairavi Shah, and I will introduce you before you introduce yourself. So I met Bhairavi, I think a decade, almost a decade now. And I know, when I was giving you this topic to discuss, no, you remember you were my TND accountable, training and development accountable. That's the first time I really heard this word accountability. okay, this is something I need to do. And having you as my no client, as a member of the program, and you are repeating this year with me after coming back after 6 months, it's a great honor, and really a privilege that you know you have the trust, like you could come back to me again to continue your growth journey. So introduce yourself, Bhairavi, and then we'll go from there.
Before I introduce, one thing I wanted to say about Ranjini is uh, I have a trust that, I can ask any silly question. And why I have joined, because I have a very good experience and very comfortable offline events. And when it's come to online, I have a first of all, I have a lots of barrier about technology. And for me, you are the someone you can, handhold. And, uh, for small kid, we hold their hand and standing line, sleeping line. So that how you are teaching us technology. So anyone who are struggling with technology, Ranjini is the right person. So that's how I still I am not master of technology. So I thought whatever journeys for me remain for online coach, you will take me my journey like in the excellence as a online coach, and you will support me to whatever barriers are remaining with me regarding technology. You are the one who will break. So that's why I am with you again. Right, you have rightly said accountability. So let me introduce myself for everyone. I am a Bhairavi Shah. I have started my journey as an educator, and right now I have started as a life coach also. My journey in the education is more than 35 years, and as a life coach is more than 10 years. So, as Ranjini says, yeah, I have in the landmark, we have met our various coach, and we can see. I can tell you, she has support me. I learn from her, so I will really uh, remember my first business mentor, Mr. Ranade. When I met him, it was it's a late 90s and early 2000. He was charging 10,000 rupees per day. It was his professional charges. And I have a dream that I wanted to reach that stage. And when I shared with him, he just laughed. And he make a framework for me that every day I have to write down what I did and what I learned from what I did and my questions. And he just smiled, and he always asked me, okay, you wanted to earn 10,000 rupees per day. So what skill you need to excel? What is right now with you? So you can learn and you can. So he never laughed. Arey, kya pagal hai? But he just always smiled. And he taught me one thing, aham brahmasmi. He says, in our philosophy, aham brahmasmi. So you are creator, and then you create, then idam namama. This is not mine. Just create, hand over to someone. Just we say na collaborate, coexist, and just create something new. And I remember my one of the coach Vandana. She was always okay. Not done? Okay, give me new promise when you will be doing, when you will be complete your the task. So, there are two aspects of accountability. When I say that I am accountable for my client, so there is a two way to deal with accountability. One is shouting and being harsh with that person, and another thing is just being with person, because we are dealing with human being. because already my client, I work with student parents. So already when they have not complete their task, they are already guilty. So really breaking their barrier, why they are not completing their task. So for me, if I am accountable to produce my students' result, my parents' result, I am there so that they win. For me, that is the aspect of accountability. And inside that they win, I give my mentorship. Yeah. You are on mute,
Yeah.
Anjanjan.
So thank you for sharing the perspective of personal growth. This was I was supposed to ask you.
Yeah.
And what exactly, like when you say, I know you're a student counselor, you work with clients for the coaching and healing aspect also. So, what structures or what, what kind of, things that framework, I would say,
Yeah.
to deliver that program that, it takes care, this
Yeah.
accountability and mentorship being taken care.
So for my client, I have a daily task. So I normally don't ask them, have you done or not done? They are supposed to tick mark their task daily basis. So if they have done, they will tick right. Or if they have not done, they will tick wrong. So what happened when it is one day, second time, third time, fourth time? So it is hit. Arre, I have not done this task. I am supposed to do every day to reach my goal, but I have not done. So it's really, they realize that this is the consequences. I have not done. So this is the consequences. And when they come to me that I am not able to complete this task, continues 4 days, 5 days, and then we work on the barrier. So this is a properly structure according to their goal. We create some framework and structure, especially that is a worksheet, like we can say, na, the register in school. Teacher used to tick mark na presence. So for each task they have done or not done.
So, Bharavi, I would like to know, like, any client success story where you think that this was not possible for this person, and in your mentorship, it was, it made, no, you made it happen. Is there any success story?
One student, when he came to me, he failed 4 times. And his school said that now we will not keep this child in our school. And that parents came to me, and I see the background, and I know that I can support him, but still, for me it was, like scary. Arre, this person failed for 4 times in one standard, and these people have trust me. So I charge very high. I say that if I will say I will charge this much, they will run away. So parents say, okay, we are fine with the child. But please, can you write the letter to school that I am taking the responsibility and accountability of this child, and you allow at least 1 year. And I really written letter to the principal, and I work with him. He really, it was really unbelievable. He scored 58% all over. He passed, and surprisingly, he completed his BCom, and now he's doing his MCom. And everybody has told that he cannot do. And every year when he passed, the parents come with sweets and say, "Ma'am, you have done it. Otherwise, my son must have leveled that he is, he's a mentally retarded, and he's a dumb." And now when I see he's a very confident and he says, ma'am, I will get a very good job. It's just because of you. So this is one success story, but there are lots of success story that and it's just out of my mentoring. So sometimes I say I wanted to run away, so let me charge high. But now it's if there is a no performance, send someone if to Bhairavi, it will be done. So
All right, great. So tell us like where you are available on social media. People can reach out to you because this is a mind blowing success story. So that if anyone is watching this on a replay, they can reach out to you.
yeah, I'm available on Facebook, and also I can share. You can share my WhatsApp number so they can connect with me on WhatsApp.
Okay, great. So when I share this recording, I will
Yeah,
add your contact and whatever links you wish to, share
yeah,
in the
yeah.
description. So when they hear this, there could be somebody who's looking for a teacher like you, right, to create that magic. So thank you, Bhairavi, for sharing this space with me. And I would move on to Amar. And Amar, thank you for taking this invitation and joining. So
Yeah,
could
Ranjan, thank you very much.
introduce yourself and tell us like what you do and how you impact people.
Well, Ranjan, my voice is clear. I hope. Yeah, yeah. So basically, I work as a brain optimization coach. Initially, till 2008, I was in IT. So during that time, I've been through a lot of stressful situation, and most of the time, whenever in 2002 and 2003, around 2002 2003, it was very stressful. Kind of work was I was doing. So very obvious, people move to meditation. I also moved to meditation. But that was the worst thing I did. Why I'm telling worst thing? Because when I start doing meditation, when I start learning meditation, so the coach will say that teacher will say, close your eyes, take a deep breath, exhale slowly, all those stuff. And some point of time, he used to say, observe your mind, close your eyes and observe your mind. And that the point I got lost. Most of the time, I didn't understand what he mean by observe your mind is. I tried lot. I tried very hard to observe my mind, but I didn't not able to do it. Slowly, when I was started learning about it, I still continue I'd never stop my meditation. Since then, I'm still doing my meditation regularly. Every day I'm doing. So when I was doing that time, so slowly I started to understand that because my thinking process is kind of logical thinking. I think too much in logical way. So mind, I don't understand. So there was some incident. There was one party in Japan. I met one guy over there. He was a neurosurgeon. He's kind of neurosurgeon in Japanese hospital. So he somehow I met him a couple of more times. So we started to know each other. So I asked him that time that I wanted to understand brain. So he was like, he started like the way most of doctors start, right? That this will happen, that will happen. I didn't know. I just wanted to understand how I can handle my brain. That's it. So he was the person who told me what is amygdala is in our brain. And that changed everything about the brain when I started learning about amygdala. I think he is my first mentor when it comes to brain optimization. So since then, I started learning about this. Then when I came back to India in 2008, so I thought I will get a job very easily because I was very high in IT. Then I came here, I found that I was so high that people were not able to hire me. They were saying, Amar, we cannot hire you. You are so costly and all those things. So that time I realized what should I do? I started doing training that time. And then slowly I moved to coaching. So now I do full-time coaching for brain optimization. Majorly, I help people majorly I work for CEOs, founders, or in a leadership position. I help them to speed up their process of their success without burnout. So I help them to lower their burnout, lower their anxiety, lower their stress through logical thinking, mostly through logical thinking. Very few I use meditation and breath work kind of stuff. So in that process, I designed one three-step loop concept. It was very interesting when I during in IT I created that. I was using it at that time, but now I got very much success in that because when I was using it, I created a set of questions for myself, and I was every day answering those questions. Somehow the patterns start to emerge, and I am able to create a three-step loop. So this is what the step loop I'm using with my clients these days to help them to succeed without burnout, basically, and that help them to optimize their brain.
Great. So I can clearly understand from your story, like you started to help yourself because once we
Yeah.
challenges, we all have done it in our times,
Hmm.
you know, where we were totally don't know what to do kind of situation. Now, as you have already become a mentor and you know you have helped yourself out of it. So even
Hmm.
how do you advise people to choose mentor? Or no, is there any mechanism or you have any filters like no? How do I select a mentor? How do I qualify?
Yeah, I can tell you about my experience. When I was learning meditation, right? And I'm not saying that the person who was teaching me meditation, he is a very good meditator as well. He is a very good teacher of meditation. But at some point of time, he is not able to understand me.
Mm,
Rather, I will say that he didn't try to understand me. Probably he didn't want to take a lot of interest in my problem
mm,
because everybody was able to understand except me. So he was not able to give me such a very convincing answer. But one day when I meet this doctor, right? So uh, initially he also didn't understand, but one point of he realized that what I actually want.
mm,
So I think empathizing with a person like to whom you are mentoring, right? If you manage to empathize with him, if you manage to understand his problem, and I think you can only do that by listening very effectively. If once you start listening to him, and it just says right, reading between the lines kind of thing. So once you're able to pick that right, you're able to understand what is happening in that person's mind, and then you can definitely coach him very easily. So I think empathy and active listening is more important to choose a coach or mentor, whether the guy is really empathizing or he is really understanding me or not.
yeah. I think this is, I know I would also consider like if person doesn't understand me, my problems, then I will find it difficult to really navigate and get to where I want to be.
And
So,
one more thing, Ranjani, how hard he can push me. That is also another thing
mm,
because
true.
this doctor was when he told me about amygdala, he was almost once in a week he was calling me, talking to me. Rather, I was calling him, talking to him. So he was pushing me very hard on that point.
Mm, great. So this is also a very good point. As a coach, as I started, no, you make people uncomfortable. It's a quality. And if you're
Hmm.
somebody who was very sweet and nice with people, no, this is for a mentor to be that, no, to really be that, do use those no straightness in
Yeah,
telling what it is. It needs, like you sometimes have to do these, hard conversations. So
yeah, definitely.
so as you have been, working like you have worked with people around you, your friends also, and the clients you want to work with also. What are your motivation? How do you know maintain that motivation for your clients and commitment that in spite of the challenges, they can navigate through?
Ranjan, sorry about this. Ranjan is the first thing I do. I try to make them understand their thought pattern. very first thing I do, I make them understand what is their thought pattern is. So that means they understand how their mindset is and why they are thinking that way.
Hmm.
Uh, once people understand that what they are thinking and why they are thinking that way, so they themselves understand, they themselves realize that I need to change. This is
Hmm.
the first thing I do. Unless and until I don't make them this understand, I don't move. Once this is clear, then definitely they know why they wanted to change. So then it is setting your goal, then setting their priorities, then step-by-step process you follow, then checklist, all those stuff you can do, celebrating small win, all small wins. All the steps can become very easy. So my point is, I think people has to understand why they are doing it. So once you, as a coach, I think you have to keep them remind why you want to do this. You told me that time that you want to do this for that reason. So is this reason is still that, or you are changing your reason? Once you start doing it, I think they obviously keep themselves motivated to do that stuff.
Like, no, this is an expert's job, I would say, because the kind of work you do, only you guys can do it. Life coaching, I don't say I'm an expert at it, so I will not put my head into it. But this is it. This is how, the जैसे surgeons operate करते हैं. It's that, getting into the mindset, opening, and the beliefs and blocks that, they can't see. So, as a mentor, how do you help your clients? As you said, the topic, the area that you work is the burnout, overwhelm, anxiety.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
what are your winning strategies around that?
As I said, right, I help them to understand how they think first. So this is my first strategy. Once they understand that, so I try to help them to change their mindset. So what I do, I ask them whatever negative you're thinking, write the counterpart positive thing about that.
Hmm.
Most of the time they do it, most of the time they are not able to do it. So then then my role is I help them to understand. See, it is easy to say I want to quit smoking, right? But when you cannot say you say I want to quit smoking. People do that way. If you find people like that, they are smoking. If they wanted to quit, so they will tell themselves that I want to quit smoking. So I make them understand that this is not the right affirmation, or this is not the right thing you have to tell yourself. So you have to make it emotionally very charged, right? Why you want to do that? Like I don't want my kids to suffer all those stuff, whatever they can. So this kind of affirmation I start to build around their why. First thing I do this. So this become easier for me to push them later on. Because what I did, whenever they said, whenever they say ki I'm not able to do it, so then I remember, see, do you want your wife to get sick? Do you want your kids to get sick because of your smoking? So this is language I use. So kind of sometimes I become very tough for them, but they stick with me. That's what I saw. One of my friend, I remember, I was he was not very close to me, but later on he become very close. One of friend of mine. So I asked him, if you don't do this today, burn 1,000 or 500 rupees that day, and do it in front of your wife. And I also told her wife, if he do it, don't react, let him burn. So first day he did, second day, third day, his wife didn't able to tolerate that. So he has to quit. So this is the way I strategy I use during to help them to keep their motivation. So you have to push them in all direction. Rather, that's what my point is.
Great strategy. Now I can see what you actually offer in your program. So that's
So that is
amazing.
why I say I brain optimization. Right? If you cannot optimize easier way, I'll give you tough way to optimize your brain.
So all the CEOs and founders listening, and if you really feeling like, there are certain things, or you really want to move and, level up your bar, then he's the coach for you. So, but tell us, where can we find you? How people can, connect with you?
Yeah, in social media, or even if you do a Google, you can just say Amar Naise, AMARNAISE. That are my Instagram handle, my Facebook, my LinkedIn, everything is available. A lot of people also call me the brain nut. I have a thebrainnut.com, so you can also reach me at that to that website as well.
Yeah.
So people start me calling brain nut because
Yes.
like
So
that.
you are the one who can open and show
Open
like this is
everything.
it. Amazing, amazing. You are a different kind of doctor now. चलो बहुत अच्छा लगा like I know I really could learn like what you actually offer though I've been mentoring you for a time for us for some time now so
Yeah.
look forward that we are hitting our goals as we progress this year and
Yeah.
thank you so much for sharing
Thank you very much.
space with me. Thank you. So moving on, Beena, it's your turn and unmute yourself and introduce to the audience.
Hi everyone, I'm Beena Damodaran. I'm actually a business coach. I work with small and medium entrepreneurs. I personally like to work with women entrepreneurs because I want to empower them and I want to help empower them. I cannot empower them, but I want to help empowering them. So this is what I do. So my story and Mr. Amar's stories matches a lot. 2013, I left IT profession. You left in 2012, right? So 2013, I left an IT profession and I wanted to become a full-fledged mom. But then, you get this calling like, you don't want to sit idle, you want to do something and things like that. And I started a business. So it was a boutique. It went on well, and till COVID, it went on well, and we built a strong brand actually locally. But then during COVID, we had setbacks, and then had to close it down and things like that. So then I wanted to get back to IT, but then it was not easy. And then the gap and then the exposure you had, different exposures we had, and all those things was coming on the way. And I started thinking about an alternative career. So 2020, I met my first mentor, Mr. Jogesh Jain, and he actually suggested me to kind of do this coaching and consulting. So anyway, I had the IT consultancy background, so it was easy for me to kind of switch to business consultancy with my entrepreneurial background as well as my uh, IT consultancy background. But coaching, I'm still learning how to do it. Thanks to Ranjani, and I'm getting closer and closer every day. This is my story in nutshell. Yeah. You're on mute, Ranjani.
Yeah, thank you for sharing. And according to you, like considering you're a Mind Valley certified coach, and I know you've
Nice.
been working with a lot of mentors besides me. So
Yeah.
what is the qualities and what do you think? Like I'm looking at this as how people choose a mentor. Like people have bad experiences, good experiences, as I said, but what's your perspective around choosing a mentor? What do you look at?
When I look at, like, say, for example, uh, one thing is their knowledge about uh, the business. So their experience and their knowledge about the business. In 2014, I started my business, and uh, till COVID, till I shut down, I felt like if I had someone to guide me, if I had someone to tell me, fall back and tell me, oh, this is what you have to do. You do this, you follow this path. That would have been nice. That's exactly what I am looking at, actually. So one thing is listening capabilities and empathy. As Amma said, empathy is a good thing, you know. Like sometimes I get that very often from you, Rajani. So sometimes we just have this session wherein we don't talk any business related items. We just talk, we just have a normal conversation, give and take.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So this is what I was looking at, like the qualities of like they should have that experience, what they are claiming, and also they should have that listening capacity and the empathy towards you, wherein you know you even if you are staggering back, I'll just hold you kind of thing.
Yeah. We have these conversations, very often. I can clearly relate to it now. So when you are a coach, you're becoming a coach, you have been a consultant. So how do you deal with the demand of clients, and there is a control factor where you feel
Okay.
whether you are controlling or they are controlling, and how do you balance it out? Because we are all, I don't say like, a level up or down. It's just that there is a role that we are playing. So how do you balance it?
For me, I'm a good listener. So I kind of listen to them talk and everything, and I give them that space to work on themselves and come get back to me, kind of thing. So even if I tell them I do this or do that, I mean, the recommendations are given, but I don't say like you have to adhere to it, just do it, kind of thing. But I make sure that they do it, but maybe a slight delayed pace, but eventually it happens.
Hmm. Okay. So this is pretty much like the way we are parenting, right? No, we are giving, no, we are bringing rules and discipline around it. At the same time, we're making it easy for them. And no, there is no, I would say, there's no perfect parent, no formula.
Right,
Yes,
right, right.
but that relationship of a coach and a mentee or a client, and or a service provider, it's a what to say, it's built, and it's built with a commitment to deliver, and there is a participation level also.
Most of the time what I noticed is that people who are coming to you, it's not because they don't have the capability of doing it,
Mm,
it's just that they need a confirmation,
mm,
and they just need someone to listen to, and they say okay, you are on the right track,
mm,
yeah, or you are going a bit way from the right track. So that's what I've noticed.
mm. Yes, definitely. Mentor is a sounding board. Like there are people who give me, is this poster good? Is this message right? No, it's there. Like you have somebody to, give you that confidence. Like, yeah, go ahead and do it. No, you're doing good. So pat on your back. Yes, go ahead. So tell me, Alexa, this is all like the whole conversation around. This is an invisible part of any coaching program, but I'm bringing it in front of like, people who will be watching, who are participants of this workshop. Like, if you're becoming a coach, this is what you need, or this is there are different ways to deal with it. Each person, like all of us, we have a different style of coaching. We have different formulas, and we have different kind of people who come to us with a different problem. Each one of us have a different niche, but if I have to close this conversation on a one note, a great coach is a very good student. So the better you are at the student, you are will be amazing as a mentor. So this is what I personally also feel, and this is what I keep telling everybody also, like, get good at, be a student first, and then as you do it, you will be a great coach as well. All right. So thank you so much, all of you. And before I close, Beena, I want you to share your information, like where you can be reached out and what services you offer right now.
Okay, for me, you can reach me at LinkedIn, and that will be the best way to contact me. And the services I offer is mainly around marketing and sales and marketing and branding. So anybody who is interested just can reach out to me.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. And it was great conversation and look forward to seeing you again. My next workshop is in March, so maybe I will reach out to you again for a different topic. Okay. So thank
Okay,
you. Good night. See you soon.
thank
The coach call. Bye-bye.
thank you. Bye bye.